Today is a very special day, and I have questions here that have been sorted out based on some of the concerns that Ambazonians have. So it's a unique opportunity for me to present these questions to the president and listen to what he has to say. Once again, thank you, Mr. President. We have heard several voices from the home front advocating for schools to reopen, such as mayors, CPDM parliamentarians, and prominent church leaders like Archbishop Andrew Kier of the Bamenda Archdiocese. Are you against school reopening?
Um, Thank you, Dr. Mungwa, and thank you, Ambazonians. Thank you for making it to this very important rendezvous. On this very hot topic concerning school reopening, I want to first of all reiterate that we are not against school reopening. We decided to depoliticize the issue of education in 2019 when we chose to use other tools and not that of school boycott in our arsenal. We said that we we do no more. We are no more against school reopening, but that parents, teachers, and school proprietors should judge for themselves the security environment because education is not just a blackboard and children with uniforms. There are many things that contribute to education. A good and secured environment is a condition sine qua non. We don't want our children to leave homes and go to school and instead go into a death trap and not come back alive. So we said if the parents and the proprietors and the teachers think that the environment is secured enough that they can both send children to school or receive children and educate them or train them, they should make that choice. We cannot advocate for schools to return when we cannot single handedly guarantee the security of children. We cannot also advise parents to send their children to school when we cannot guarantee the security of those children. Because there are many actors in a war zone like we have. There are free criminal actors that are active. La Republic cannot stop them. We cannot stop them either. La Republic du Cameroon is going from place to place, kidnapping and torturing our children, killing them, snatching and killing them uh, from place to place. Only recently, about 600 of our people were abducted in Bui, and many of them will disappear. So we cannot, under these circumstances, guarantee the security of our children going to school or from school. We have seen schools attacked, our children slaughtered in schools. We cannot take that responsibility to advise for children to go back to school. So, but anyone who makes that decision should take responsibility for whatever happens to their children. But my problem is how this issue has been politicized by some actors, probably I should call them actors on our side, who, for lack of understanding, have decided to rather say no, no, school should not reopen. There are a few voices around within our community that have made that statement, try to mention that schools should not reopen at all. That is not the position of the interim government because that is politicizing education. Then on the side of La Republic, they are also over politicizing the issue of education. When they organized this CPDM campaign rally style mobilization for school reopening in the southern Cameroon, that is politics because they are not campaigning for school reopening, they are actually campaigning for a perception or an appearance of re, return of normalcy. That's what they are desperately trying to act like a drama, so that they can present it to the international stakeholders and people who are far away from the scene. That you see, life is returning to normal, even without addressing the root causes. The war is over. Don't you see people now going to school? That's why what they are doing right now in the southern Cameroon, they are not doing it in Mora. They are not doing it in San Milima. They are not doing it in Betua. They are not doing all these campaigns, mayors, dios, and everybody, church leaders all over on the street, that they are campaigning for school return. Why are they doing this in the southern Cameroon? Instead of considering that if they really love our children, who are they campaigning for to go back to school? There are 1.6 million displaced southern Cameroonians. Out of this population, about 30% are of school age. Where are they also campaigning for them? About 600,000 or so are out of school. Some of them are IDPs. They have left their villages because villages have been burnt, and some of them are in refugee camps. Are they campaigning for them to go back to school? When they say go back to school, who are they aiming at? They are surely aiming at those very desperate ones whose lives are hanging on the ropes, who decided to remain in those abandoned villages and abandoned settlements, who have no place to go to, who don't have a school, who don't have a parent to help them, who have lost whose parents have lost every means of living. Those are the people they are going to give a few exercise books and tell them to go back to school, to go and clear some a house in the middle of bushes and say that's your school, go back to school. That is the wrong thing to do, because these ones are only there because their parents have no option. They have no way to go to. But what about those who are holding the guns in the bushes? Those who some of them, the average age of the Amba resistance volunteers we have right now is about 26, 25, 26 years old. These people were about 18 years old when the war started. Were they not supposed to be in school? When you are campaigning that schools should return, are you expecting some of them to take their guns and come to the classroom? That's not, you see, this is politicization. If they really care about students going to school within a serene environment, then they should have been campaigning the other way around. They're supposed to have been campaigning, telling the public to stop the war, so that to create the necessary environment for our children to go to school. They should have been campaigning to the international community, so that they should do what they do in every war zone, where they create a security buffer where children can go to and from school and they will be secured. But they are not doing that. They are trying to create this suggestion that Ambazonian interim government is against school, and so we are bad people. We are dangerous. We are trying to create a problem. They are not even saying this to La Republic to say stop this war. They started this war with a declaration. They can end it with a declaration, and our children will be able to go to school. If they stop attacking us, we will stop defending ourselves. At least the minimum environment necessary for our children to go to school will be created, and we can be able to declare or make a declaration or ask our parents, send your children to school. We in this interim government will believe that education should be not only be free, but it should be compulsory. That we cannot send our children to school or ask to be sent to school at this time, because we cannot guarantee their safety. Even La Republic can't.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President, for that very exhaustive answer. I mean, I think it points to the fact that there's a complete moral collapse within the church, within the politicians, and actually in society in general. And I hope that they will look back to this response we've given and act accordingly.